Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Rome, and we're back with some more Star Citizen with another kind of cargo ship review. And today we are in the Corsair. Now, the Corsair is not just a cargo ship, but it is a great all-around, day-to-day, daily driver ship that can handle a full vehicle. For instance, an Ursa or an Ursa. So if you want to do this to run your entrenched missions, your bunkers, you can definitely do that. Now, the Nursa itself, you can put a 2 SCU container right back here if you need to carry a little extra cargo on your way back to from running a bunker. So that is always nice. Let's get this thing out of here and we'll talk a little bit more about the Corsair. I just wanted to show that how easy it is to get something like this in. Let's cruise over here out of the way a little bit. There we go. All right, the Corsair. It is kind of a big beast here. It's got 72 SCU in a 24x3 high cargo grid, easy to get to. Obviously, again, 3, right? So you can't use all of that with H. You're gonna have to pick and choose your loadout a little bit as far as cargo goes, and that's fine. But like I said, you can get, let's see, 3x2. You can get 6 size 8s in there with another layer on top of it. I'm going to go ahead and get this one loaded up real quick here, and then we will talk a little bit more about the strengths and weaknesses of this as a cargo runner. All right, now, why are we still at Magnus picking up these? Because I only had 2 minutes left on my raft rental when I got here, as it turns out. So we switched ships. All right, now, there are a few glitches on this. This ship does have some graphical issues. You can see right there as the struts break in and out of the light, whether they show lighted or not. We do have some controls here. Do they work? No. Something works, but what works, I don't know. Oh, we got some lights in here, but as soon as you go out, that lighting changes dramatically. So we do have some graphic glitches. Now, the doors do actually have buttons, though, that do work. So there is that. Again, we've got our cargo bay right here. Nice little stair up. We've got a fuse right there. We've got a fire extinguisher right there. I don't know if this will ever do anything, but at the moment, it doesn't. This is our engineering space back here. We've got a bunch of our components and stuff back here. We happen to have our armory right here. And you can see we've got some suit lockers. We've got some weapon lockers for both long guns and handguns, which is really nice. This is actually a really nice armory. All our components through there. We happen to have 3 bedrooms for crew along here. I guess we can open a door. Right there, and they also have their own suit locker in here. Little dining area, bathroom back in there. This is our elevator if you don't want to take the cargo ramp in and out. There's a little bit of an elevator there. Now this does go to the roof as well. Actually, let's hold on. Let's head up to the roof real fast. We can talk a little bit about the armaments up here. So there are 2 guns on the wing over here. Now, they only work when the wings are down, when they are transformed. There is a rear turret back there, and then there are guns in the nose. 2 up top and 2 down at the bottom, right down there. The co-pilot can either control the 2 bottom guns or the rear turret. I don't think both. I'm not sure if they'll both shoot at the same thing or not. I don't think so. I think he gets whichever 2 he wants. So if you're looking at DPS numbers on this, they're a little bit misleading because there's going to be 2 guns that are not shooting regardless. You as the pilot can control the 2 top guns and the 2 wing guns, and that is it. There are also 2 manned turrets on the side. So all in all, 1 remote turret, 2 manned turrets, 4 nose guns and 2 wing guns. Out of all of that, though, the pilot only gets to control 4 of them. So this is very much a multi-crewed ship if you want to do much in combat. Now, those 4 guns can be pretty effective. So if you want to run some you want to run a few missions as far as working on your bounty hunter in this, you very much can do that. But it will be more effective the more people you have. So there's our co-pilot seat, and like I said, that's going to drop down for him to see the front guns, and then from there he can also activate the remote turret. And this is your flying seat here. Now, aside from, there's a puppy in the background, I apologize. Now, aside from some lighting issues, I haven't really noticed any other problems with this ship. Layout down here, as far as your MFDs, pretty good. I like the little 2D radar actually better than some of the hologram radars. I just think it looks nice. I'm not a huge fan of where some of the other information may be. I like that in the Drake Cutlass, there's a speedometer right here in the middle, a mechanical speedometer that gives me all that information nicely, which is good because I have noticed that in both ships lately, I've been having problems with the advanced HUD disappearing. In fact, the HUD's just period disappearing. Now, I don't know if it's these two ships alone or if this has been happening to everybody, but I've been noticing it in my two Drakes, the Cutlass and the Corsair. So that has been a bug that has bugged me. No pun intended. In the Cutlass, it's not as bad because, again, I do have a mechanical speedo right there that's nice and easy to see. I don't need to have a HUD for that. In this case, I've been losing this one on a pretty regular basis. So there's our little quantum run there. Now, we do have 100% of our fuel. Let us see what it's going to take us to get back to Everest here. We don't need anything there. We have been having a weird issue tonight, not to do with this ship specifically, where you get this deal where you hit something in here and it decides to select something else. Yep, that takes you there. And then if you go to here, it takes you to here. So it does seem to pass fairly quickly. So give me a couple minutes here, a couple seconds, and I'll just keep hitting buttons till it lets us through it. I guess in the meantime, we could just leave the ship, leave the base, right? Let's go ahead and get a hangar request out here. We will not need guns, obviously, for our quantum jump. Yeah, we'll add it in the cooler. Why not? And a little life support. Do we not have enough for life support, too? Ah, it's just me in here. We don't need that much life support. All right. Go ahead and raise the landing gears. Nothing too crazy there with these. It's not tied into the wings, although the wings will automatically come up when you raise it. Now, one thing to watch these wings is when you come in and out. Do not get going very high or you will snag them. Ask me how I know. So then, if we want, we can do this from outside. Alt-K. There's a button there on the dash to hit as well. Go ahead and lower your wings. This is a very cool looking Y-wing. Very like if Darth Vader had his own personal Y-wing, this would be it. Black with the red. And I think I do have a paint scheme on this one with the black and red, but it looks just menacing with it. And like I said, I have control of those two guns and the two guns on the wing. The two bottom guns belong to the co-pilot, as does the turret, and then the two man turrets there. So I'm going to give a second here until we can hopefully... let us warp just by ourselves? No. No, it will not. Ah, there we go. Now, as you can see, this is going to use, what, 1.3 million is that route. And we can do 5.2 because this is an expedition barge, yacht, whatever you want to call, daily driver. It has a lot of fuel, which is really, really nice. So for a cargo ship, you can make a bunch of jumps without having to worry about this. If you do accidentally get bugged and it doesn't fill it up, it's not a big deal, although I have not noticed that bug in this ship. Fingers crossed. It is, it isn't going to be nearly as big a deal. So my thoughts on this as a cargo runner. I think it's amazing as a cargo runner. It works really, really well. Are we going to get into our warp and stand to our warp when we leave the armistice zone? We did. That was nice. It works really well for a cargo runner. It's great for small missions. Again, 72, so it's not going to do a lot of... It can't do any mediums in one run. But we've seen even the bigger freighters like the Raft and the Max, you know, they also, generally speaking, are not going to be able to do an entire medium mission in one run. It's going to take you two in a lot of these ships. It's going to take something like a Taurus that gives you so much more flexibility. Although even the Taurus, right, is only a 3 SCU high cargo grid. Although you can, down the middle, easily get to 4 if you don't mind the risk of things rattling around and breaking things. So it does, you can fake the extra flexibility if you don't mind being a little sketch in your cargo strapping. If you don't mind driving out of Home Depot with so much, you know, concrete in the bed of your truck, you know, that your front wheels aren't touching, you know, that level of sketch, then you're fine. But so it's equal with a lot of these other kind of medium freighter ships for what it's going to do, but it has a lot more fuel and it's got a lot more firepower. So if you're thinking about one of these and you can only buy one of these kind of medium freighter-esque ships, but you want to do other things, I think the Corsair's a no-brainer. It can fight. It can work as a drop ship. It can carry a NERSA into battle. Something the Max, I don't believe can. Something that the Taurus definitely can do, but that ship is so bugged right now. But something the Raft definitely can't do. Most of the drop ships themselves can't fit a NERSA either. So this makes a good drop ship. It makes a good cargo ship. It makes a good expeditionary ship. It makes a good dogfighter. You know, as you're working your way up through the various bounty hunters. Mine hasn't been modified yet. I'm looking at what I want to do to it, but I haven't had any problems. So, and it's a fun multi-crew ship. If you have some friends, you know, even just one other person to toss down there in the co-pilot seat to run the other guns is a great blast. You don't have to have 4 people to have a good time in this ship. So I think this is a really, really good all-around ship. As a cargo ship, as a medium freighter, I think it's fine. It's as good as anything else I have out there. The only thing that can really consistently do missions in one run is like I say, the Constellation Taurus, and it is so bugged right now that see some of my previous videos, that I'm kind of done with it at the moment. Now, maybe it'll get fixed at some point, but in the time being, our options are limited in this kind of medium freighter range, and I think the Corsair is maybe the best one. So thanks for watching. Thumbs up, thumbs down. We'll see you next time. Cheers.